the 16-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
That goes down as a loss against his rushing stats. But really, should he have to absorb that one? He had no chance on that play before they overwhelmed him.
Pretty much on top of him before he could take his first step. Defense in a good spot. Let's see how the offense responds with a 2nd and 13 now.
Let's go. Watch it now, Barney.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Trying to get it to Thomas, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 17, and he'll get this back down to about the 12-yard line. He's coming off a 3-interception performance last week, so certainly not how he wanted to start here.
Not at all, but this is where a quarterback gets tested. This is where we find out what he has underneath that jersey, because he had a bad game last week. Can he shake off a bad start to this one and start to perform at the level he expects?
Here we go.
On the ground, this is Leonard Fournette. And his first carry, he loses the football. And this is picked up by the Saints. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, he's going to have to shake out the cobwebs first time he touches the football, and he drops it on the ground.
So many times we talk about quarterbacks and taking care of them early to get them in the flow with safe throws, right? But with a runner, there is no such thing as a safe run, right? Right out of the gate, you're going to be in some traffic. Got to take care of the ball, and he didn't do that.
Very tough spot here for the offense to start. Now they try the right side here. And not much there as he gets it up to about the 5-yard line. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
And while they hope to continue this drive, it's really already mission accomplished. They've given enough space now that if they have to punt the ball, they've done so with that first run.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here. Shift together here from the D-line. Now a handoff looking right. And some room to roam now. And able to get this one out just shy of the 25 at the 24. That good for 19 and a first down. That's his longest run of the first quarter. And, Charles, we talked before the game about them needing to establish the run game. They'll be looking for more of that.
And they got to the perimeter. So that tells me that that's part of the game plan of what they want to get done today. So they'll have some complementary runs where he'll run it to the inside. But it appears that when they want the big yardage, they think they can get to the outside and make it happen.
First down and 10 now for the offensive group.
Detroit!
They'll need to get the play off quickly. And, a good hit there and knocked down hard. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
The insistence of speed at every position is really seen at the defensive end spot. These guys in the old days were often outside linebackers. They just pushed them forward because they wanted to play fast and get to the quarterback or the running backs quicker than ever before.
Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And, he is really laid out that time. Knocked flat on his back, right at the 45. The center receiver in motion to the right. They run the counter now on first down. No dice this go-around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Second down, offense behind the sticks here. 2nd and 13. They'll look to throw here. Dancing to his left. And that is incomplete. The target that time, Michael Thomas. And it's third down. And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, and they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again. Just like last week, each game is its own entity, treated as such.
And some changes here as the D-line separates some. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. He got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Lucky 56. Lucky 56. Watch it now, Marty. Watch it now, Marty. Good.
Now they try the right side here. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. And the offense there, the O-line, everybody really on offense, they were just manhandled at the point of attack.
Yeah, you could pretty much call them all out, couldn't you? Almost by name, right? That was a very tough sequence for the offensive line. But how about that defensive front creating a new line of scrimmage and creating a lost yardage possibility?
Back to throw. Oh, look at Thomas wide open. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. A big-time play there for New Orleans. And even 40 yards. Now a handoff here to his running back. And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
In motion left, the tight end. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's going to go backward. They get him behind the line. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a third down. They've been stuffed twice here for losses. Now it's third and goal. And now some motion before the snap. And this will be our first penalty of the night's proceedings. They've been stuffed twice here for losses. Now it's third and goal. He'll drop to throw. Steps away to his left. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, it's been a tough go for them. These guys have been driving down the field, but defensively, once they got their backs to the goal line, turned up the pressure, that's going to lead to a fourth down. Well played.
And Lutz puts this one through. And the Saints are going to take a 3-0 lead. So they started that drive from the shadows of their own end zone all the way back at the 2, and they're able to get 3 out of it.
And, you know, shadows tend to scare people, right? Not in this case. This offense was not jumpy at all, handled it very well, put themselves into a position to score.
And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, and wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know, we know where we are right now. But the playoffs don't start tomorrow. We still got some time, and they plan on putting it together formulating a streak, got the whole month of December still left to play. They think they can get in.
And they made it very obvious to us that there's no playoff talk in the locker room right now. It's win this game and look to next week.
Excellent focus.
That one good for a gain of 13 for Jacksonville and a first down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice pass.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Cameron Jordan. He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Looking to throw on second down. Wiley. And they hook up here to Allen Robinson. And he's brought down, but not before getting across midfield to the 45. Give him 30 yards there.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
Back to throw. Wiley. And a throw right sideline is complete. That one goes for 24 yards. First down. Wiley under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this first quarter. To throw on second down. Wiley being checked. And the pressure gets to him again.
Okay, let's go back a little bit and see if my schooling comes to the front. What's that old saying? Those who forget the lessons of history are doomed to repeat them. That's the same guy who's gotten back-to-back sacks. I think a double team may be in order.
Throwing on third and long. Wiley. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. He'll get 17 back there, but it'll still lead to a fourth down. And his kick is good. And that will tie us at 3-3. So the drive stalls out, but they are able to put 3 points on the board.
Yeah, just a yard or two shorter than an extra point. So no problems converting there.
So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. That'll be taken in the end zone. The Saints coming out now to take the field. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because...
And, he coughed it up. And did the Jaguars come up with it? They did. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. Didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
A beautiful fake. He'll get it to the 23-yard line. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Let's go.
keep it on the ground. This time it's Fournette. And a short gain here down to the 22. He can muster only a yard there, and they'll be left with a third and very short. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
And he'll be touched down here, but not before he does pick up the first. Only a yard there on the keeper, but that's all he needed. First down. Now this time he'll look to throw. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
The effort's always going to be there. Everyone's always going to try and make a catch, but underthrown balls, I think, are the toughest ones to come back and get because usually your momentum's going in the opposite direction when you're trying to stop, break, and come back and get it.
Let's go, Ohio!
On second down, here's Fournette. And he'll at least get him inside the red zone here, down to about the 19. Call it about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up. Pretty good little two-play sequence there. You foresee incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
Come on, let's go! Try 38! Ohio!
To throw on 3rd down. Wiley escaping the pressure right. He may try and run for this. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. 5 yards that time out of the scramble. But now they're looking at a 4th down situation. And for the second time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. And his kick is good. And they will take the lead here in this battle of field goals. It's 6-3. So that's their 3rd trip to the red zone, but all they have to show so far is 2 field goals.
Tough sledding in this game for the offense. They get to the red zone. Normally you count on a minimum of 3 points in each red zone trip. Not so far in this game.
And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And last time they coughed it up. Led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal and they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive? A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown, but they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach will be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield, punch in the end zone without turning it over.
That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Partner, you mind if I take off this headset and put on a coaching headset?
You want to get this running game going?
I want to get this running game going. I'm going down there and saying, gentlemen, we have got to run the football. We've got to get it going right now.
Yeah, to this point in the second quarter, it has been a struggle. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down.
But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown them a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after them. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. Now back to throw. Looking left sideline, it's complete. And he'll be out of bounds up past the 45. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains.
Check 13. Check 13. Good. No. Check. Patriots. Watch it now, boy. Set. Green, 39. Green.
Now they'll run it on the toss. Room to run inside the 40. Past the 20. 10. And they do finally get him, but he makes it all the way to the 6. It's a big play there for the Saints. 48 yards on the ground. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. And to give this time to the tailback. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. A great play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Saints are able to cash in for 6. And he's got it as the lead is now 10-6. Lutz now to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. You put it through the post. That's going to help him with contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that.
Toe bashed it.
Super toe.
Go, go. Let's run. Let's run. Hey, run it. 3 down. 3 down. Yeah, baby. Boom.
Two minutes remain here in the first half. Back with more from Jacksonville. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back after this.
Watch tight. Watch tight. Tight here right. Tight here right. Here we go.
And he motions the wide receiver.
3 down.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Wiley. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Jaguars. A big play there. 79 yards. And the Jaguars are able to strike quickly for 6. And this one's right there, and that pushes the lead to 13-10. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. The Saints offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. We have witnessed touchdowns on back-to-back drives. We'll see if the offense can continue this uptick here.
And I know you're looking at me funny. You're wondering when I'm going to get upset watching these guys go up and down field, aren't you?
I wasn't looking at you. I got something in my eye.
That's the excuse that you always use for something like that. Listen, I appreciate good offensive football as much as the next person. When it's played well and is skillful, I'm with it. And right now, this is exciting.
Oh, the defender likes it. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. He came out ready to play. That's 3 tackles for a loss, Charles. We're only in the 2nd quarter.
And that's problematic for the guys trying to run offense because that means he's got a pretty good idea of what they're doing and is actually beating them to the point of attack and making those plays. You might have to think about some misdirection or something to try and get him away from the ball.
So step off the 5 yards.
Yeah, partner, you know, defensive end, he wants to get into the offensive backfield. He wants that get off to be as fast as possible. A little too quick on that one.
Back out of that belly. Here we go. All right, here we go. No, check.
They'll look to throw. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. And now the Jags defense deciding to call a timeout. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. The Saints on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13. They'll look to throw. And he's going to go down again. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
Touchdown, Jaguars.
Hey, rookie, that's the way to make an impression. Return one for a touchdown.
Yeah, welcome to the party. We saw him fielding those punts before the game, and he just had a little bit of a look in his eye, didn't he?
He did. He was a confident young man, and now we know why.
So after surrendering the punt return for a score, let's see what they can do in turn on this kickoff. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned they're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here. Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Back to throw here. Eluding the pressure right. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Yannick Ngakoue. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. The Saints on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5.
Here we go now. Go.
Looking to throw. Throw left side complete. It's McLaughlin. It goes as a gain of 9, and it moves the chains. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. So here we go, 1st and 10 now. So the D-line's going to spread out. On first down, he'll drop to throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. Gun. They'll look to throw. He's going to let this one go deep. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
Throwing to start the drive. Wiley, he's going to float this one deep right side. And they can't get the long connection as it falls incomplete. Now, my apologies, Larry. I wanted to hear the report. Somebody's in a hurry, so we're going to get him right to quarter number 3. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. That'll be taken in the end zone. And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. And he'll score. Touchdown, New Orleans. A big play there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Saints are back within a score. And all of a sudden, we've got a ball game. They get the touchdown. Then on the kickoff, they get another touchdown, picking up the fumble, taking it to the house in just a matter of moments. 2 quick scores, Charles.
Every time we start to neglect special teams and big plays that occur off of them, something like this happens that reminds us we've got ourselves a game now.
So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies, try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. On 1st and 10, Wiley firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
To throw on 2nd down, Wiley. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
The Jaguars on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 14.
Here we go. Flex round. Flex round.
Operating from the gun. Wiley. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Here's Pat O'Donnell now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. That's taken on the 25. Move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
And frankly, Brandon, we're talking about things I'm not sure we ever thought we'd talk about in the NFL, and a lot of that is the speed at the linebacker position. A lot of these guys in college, they were safeties. They moved them up to outside linebacker to combat the spread offenses, and now we're seeing it in the NFL. Those same guys using their speed to make plays in the backfield, similar to that one.
On play action, they'll throw. Buying time to his left. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off at the 38. And now off to the races down the right side. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Well, we know this defense has athleticism. Spots like that prove us right.
I love the way that you spotlighted the athleticism because you and I both know the best athletes on the field, they play on defense.
I don't know. I was a kicker. You got to remember that now.
Come on, come on.
Fine. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. That's fielded in the end zone. And hello, he's going to be knocked backward as he'll be marked down at the 24-yard line. Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right,
throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. After the pick six, they go right back to the air. He's going to float this one deep right side. And a penalty flag comes in as that one winds up incomplete, but the contact is going to move the ball well downfield. Really nice starting field position here for the offensive unit. Now they'll run it on the toss. He's able to work free for about 6 down to the 18.
I know the toss play begins with the guy taking the snap and turning around and tossing it to the runner. But where the real intrigue is, can they seal the edge? Whether it's an offensive tackle or a tight end in the direction they want to run the football. If they do that, that's the result that you get, that type of a gain. If they don't, oftentimes it's not a very successful play.
He'll look to throw. Looking for Thomas. He's got him. Touchdown, New Orleans. Michael Thomas, his first touchdown on the year. And the Saints have cut it back within a score. And the lead is down to a field goal now. Lutz now to kick this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession. That was punt the football because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing but control the game offensively. Put together some first downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
Caught out left side by Robinson. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Looking to throw. Wiley flushed out right. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. The offense on third down tonight, they've only converted once in 4 tries. They're looking at third and a few inches. It's a quarterback sneak. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. Only a yard there on the keeper, but that's all he needed. First down.
I don't know about you, but I like this call. 3rd and inches, and instead of worrying about getting it back to a running back and maybe there's some penetration from the defensive front, just go ahead and take it, move forward, and pick up the first down.
And as we say often, shows confidence in your offensive line. And he'll give it here to his running back. They find some open field here. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. 5 yards left for the offense. It's 2nd down.
Come on, let's go.
Fournette on the counter. And he'll take this one across the 45 up to about the 46-yard line. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down. And the defense searches for one more stop here after the run on 2nd down.
Come on, let's go. Brand 38.
On 3rd and 2, Wiley. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Partner, the way this offense has marched up and down the field during this game, it's almost a surprise to see an incomplete pass on 3rd down, isn't it?
Yeah, they have had their foot on the gas all game long, but here finally stalling out. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. No returning this one. It sails out of bounds, and they'll spot it right at the 20. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And things are starting to move in the right direction. They get the touchdown last drive, then their defense gets them the football back.
Yeah, now they have a chance to get the lead if they can put something together here. And I'm eager to see how they decide to do it. They want to be methodical, or they want to take the big strike and go after it right now.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he is going to be knocked flat on his back. Oh, a big hit at the 22-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Second down following the run. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. That'll go as a loss of 5. And it'll be a 3rd and about 13. The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass.
Leopard! Hurry up, here we go! 3, 19! Good!
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. They have not gotten him going at all. Tried to spark something there with a longer throw, unable to complete it.
But you have to keep trying. He's one of their best playmakers. No matter what it says on the scoreboard, you're always trying to get him the football.
He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Taken from just outside the 30. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
It'll be a gain of 4, and it'll be 2nd down. And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is it not? With his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing it over the middle, he can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get it done different ways, all right? You don't have to be his height to make a great play, but what he does is he takes away having to make those slide steps in the pocket to find angles to throw the ball through. He just throws right over the top of it because he can see everything, and sometimes that saves time and gets the ball to a receiver quicker.
And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground. Here's a give to Fournette. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. He's fumbled already once, Charles. I'm not going to say that that was in his mind there, but I'm sure that during some of these plays he is mindful of it.
And once you fumble the ball, you know what your team tells you and your coaching staff? Take care of it rest of the game. And it does get in your mind a little bit, and sometimes that slows down your effort in trying to get free from tacklers.
And the defenders know it too. They sniff that out, don't they?
Everybody wants to swarm the football. You know the rule is first guy hold up the runner, everyone else try and get there and strip the ball free.
Now the offense lining up 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Cameron Jordan in there to get him for his 2nd sack of the night.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Back now in Jacksonville. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. The Jaguars on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This will be 3rd and 15.
Let's go! Ohio!
From the gun, Wiley. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
My high school coach, John Ford, used to say all the time, if you're in a bad situation, laddie, don't compound it with a bad decision as well. And I think that's what we just saw there. Harassed in the pocket, and he throws into double coverage anyway.
He called you laddie?
He called me laddie, and that was the nicest thing he called me.
And his kick is absolutely perfect. And that will add 3 more to their lead. It pushes it up to 6. So they get the 3 here, but you wonder whether that's going to be enough.
Yeah, I mean, you've now made it so they need a touchdown rather than a field goal to catch them. But you're right. If they'd gotten 6 out of that drive, this would be a much different game.
Now a hit and a loose football. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy, because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
And I don't think he got there. No, they stop him right where it all started. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. So they're still at the original line of scrimmage here. 2nd down and 10. Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together.
No, check. Patriot! Over!
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Thomas. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
A handoff as they run the counter play. And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
Every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. The completion good. This is Eric Ebron. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks. So the offense has it 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Well, he didn't make headway on that one, but he's had plenty of carries all night long. I just wonder if maybe he's a little bit tired from toting the rock that much.
Shift together here from the D-line. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And the hit jarred loose. It's incomplete. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
They'll set up to throw. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. There he goes left side. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
That was an interception, but on the field, the guys who are picking it off, they're not saying that. What word are they using? It's Oski. And that means catch the ball and go the other way.
That's your vernacular. I've never heard anybody say Oski.
Ask around. They'll tell you.
And they'll get set here looking for the 2-point conversion. They'll try and run it here. And this will result in him losing yardage. Back to the 3.
I know they didn't tack on the 2 points, but I liked their attempt. After the interception return for a touchdown, I was thinking to myself, forget kicking it, go for 2, and they did.
Well, yeah, and everybody's scrambling. Maybe you catch the defense on their heels. They weren't ready to be out there.
Yeah, it's almost like a sudden change, right? There's a turnover, you take it away, they stuck it in the end zone, keep the momentum going. Give credit to the defensive guys for rallying and stopping that 2-point attempt.
Now the Saints offense, they get ready to go back to work here. And following the pick 6, and they had decent field position in throwing that pick 6. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told us they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
They go play action here on 1st down. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Offense still needing 10 yards. 2nd down.
Patriot. Here we go now. Back to Philly. Here we go. Gun.
They'll set up a throw. Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. Von Miller in there for a milestone sack as it moves him past Hall of Famer Michael Strahan, who finished his career with 141.5. The Saints on 3rd down, 3 for 7 so far in this game. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. Now Thomas will come in motion right.
No,
Play clock winding down. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Looking deep downfield. And a shot taken on 3rd down, unsuccessful. 4th down now.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Time running out here on the play clock. They'll drop to throw. And now here is another interception. Adrian Amos with a pick. And they'll have the ball set up in the red zone at the 16-yard line. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
To Fournette. And he'll fight his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. They got half of what he needed there, 2 yards, and it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first timeout. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. The Jaguars on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This time they face a 3rd and 2. They'll try and run for it with Fournette. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. He needed 2, he got 1, and that's going to leave him with 4th down at a yard. And a timeout taken. Just 6 seconds away from the 2-minute warning. This defense wanted to stop the clock prior to that, and they do. So they'll turn to the kicker again. He's been a busy man thus far. This from 25 yards out. And this one is right through. And that will make this now a 15-point advantage. So they settle for just the 3 there, but clearly anything helps when you're trying to salt one away here in the 4th.
Without a doubt, I think a touchdown would have been the final nail. But 3 does give him some breathing room and lets him build up a little cushion.
And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this. And some changes here as the D-line separates some.
All right, now look at 56. Look at 56.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had the fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete.
No, check. Patriot. Watch it now, Barney.
They're going to look to throw. And that It's going to be too high, out of bounds and incomplete. Trying to go for the big one there on second down. Now they're likely down to their final 2 plays.
And you know they've got to keep going for the big shot, right? So defensively, you play what they call top down. Nothing behind you. Make everything get completed in front.
The Saints on third down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd and 10. That's incomplete. I don't know. He had to be pretty quick with his fingers to start and stop after the ball hit the ground. I'm giving him some credit.
Well, I'm thinking about the mental focus, you know?
Yeah.
The mental focus.
Yeah, that's true.
Got to stay with it.
That's true. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Looking again for Thomas, this time complete. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. That'll be a gain of 16. And on 4th and long, somehow they're able to keep the drive going. They'll look to throw here. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that'll make it 2nd down. Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground. Back to throw. He's going to let it fly. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
That would have been a great catch, but it was real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
And they'll send the slot in motion left. Now he'll escape to his right. He can run for it, and he will. Nowhere to go downfield, but he's able to get out of bounds and stop the clock here with a first down. Late in the game, defense trying to avoid a big play. He's able to work out of the passing game, turn it into a run, pick up the first, and stop the clock as well.
And you know in this situation, everything is sped up. The intensity, the thinking, everyone's movements. But for a quarterback, he has to continue to be what we call a flatliner. Level in everything he does and read the clock, feel it in the pocket, and go at the appropriate time.
Over the middle, it's Thomas. And he's brought down. And 15 yards there on the catch and run.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
They'll look to throw now on first down. Wide open receiver complete. Now a loose football. The ball comes out, and the Jags grab it.
Well, that drive wasn't a case of wanting to put points on the board. It was needing to, having to, and they didn't get it done.
Yeah, didn't get it done, and now you look at the situation and the point differential, 2 scores, pretty much game, set, match.
How about the takeaway, though, huh? How about those defensive guys?
Down to a knee for the Jags. Victory seemingly in hand. The D can only stop it one more time as they take the knee.